for Jasmine, your music, well, I'm taking this from your image, okay? The image is very avant-garde, a little bit off-kilter, right? So in terms of the songwriting itself, what kind of themes are you bringing out? What kind of experiences are you bringing into the music that you write?
I guess like it's just a lot of what I experienced growing up in a society where it's very rigid and where art is not a direction you would automatically like choose growing up. I think a lot of songs started out just surrounding that kind of theme, loneliness, being lost and not feeling like you belong. Yeah, and the whole like I really hate how this society is so defined by numbers.
What do you mean actually that you face resistance in this society when you try to do your art?
Like like growing up, you really want to be a musician, but then there are always this few career paths that are just viable and you're expected to do. It seems to be like a very planned out path for you to follow as you progress and you age. But it's kind of like restricting, and that regardless of how much hard work and effort I put into making art, my parents would just view it as a hobby because it's art.
Is that still the case? Are they still viewing it as just a hobby?
So lately they have been a bit more like open, which kind of surprises me. Yeah.
And I actually think it's very interesting that you mentioned this because I want to ask a question right now, and it's the reason why we have audience members here with us today. We want to ask, when you guys perform, right? So for Jasmine, I understand that you are still promoting yourself in Singapore. You're very much a local artist right now. For Joie, I understand you have plans to move overseas sometime this year, right? Very soon. So let's see the difference between the two plans, right? For Jasmine, do you face any difficulties right now as a local artist trying to promote your stuff?
I guess there will always be like some form of setbacks along the way. Things like the market not being big, and sometimes I guess when it comes to like identity as well, just because like in Singapore it's bilingual, right? And what are the themes or topics that just like nail you down as a Singaporean, and how do you express that and share it with people? So there are this kind of things that I learned to negotiate when it comes to identity. But generally, I guess because I spend a lot of time at home just making music, so I'm not really bothered by a lot of other things.
You kind of focus on your passion, right? Just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's great. And Joey, you're deciding to move overseas. Is this because of certain restrictions here, or what's the mindset behind it?
Actually, my move, I've always known that I don't want to settle down here. So, contrary to popular belief, my goal is not to be like a successful singer, a successful musician. My goal is to be a mom. That is my dream, and that's what I've been wanting to work towards since I was a kid. So, thinking about the future of my children, thinking about my family in the future, I don't want to raise my kids here. Growing up, I never really liked staying in school always, and then being restricted again by art. By you have to do math, you have to do science. If you're not good at math, you better be good at science. If you're not good at English, you better be good in Chinese.
Right.
Art is always secondary. So you finish your main exams first, then you focus on art. Art can't be your main excelling point.
You're good at math or dance. It's not like that. They're not on the same level,
no,
right?
it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that because when you go out into the working world, you need, to understand numbers, you need to understand concepts. But at the same time, art fuels my life. I feel happy with art, and just in general, I want to move. So that, and then music also, I feel like where I'm moving to, New York, is just the heart of community and expression, and it's just, I feel like New York is like Singapore, but with no barriers.
And I guess that's the question, right? Why can't Singapore? What do we have to do in Singapore to make it more like New York so people like you and Jasmine decide to, flourish here, right?